I feel as though I'm Charlton Heston yelling, Soylent Green are people, and that I and others, I not the only one, are trying to alert the world to what is happening regarding AI, to find new ways of explaining why this poses an existential threat. And it's tough. It's tough, but I persist because right now, my friends, we face a subject that is so important. It may, I think it does in fact, but it may, you might say, eclipse all others. Immigration trends, pandemics, or foreign conflicts, social breakdowns, elections, whatever it is, whatever it is, everything we see on various platforms and the like, absolutely pale in comparison to the question that I raise. It is not a partisan question. It is not a business question. It's not a human question. It's not a science question. It's a survival question. It's a civilizational question. It's a it's an existential question. Are we building something? And this it comes down right to this. Are we building something smarter than us? Smarter than we are? And if so, how long until it no longer needs us? How long until it no longer needs us? Until we're getting in the way? Every issue that we talk about, everything is nothing compared to this one. Artificial general intelligence. Remember, we're talking about AI. This is AGI. And it's going to be here tomorrow, the next day. They say, oh no, 30 years. 30 years, my ass. Artificial general intelligence, the kind that does not merely compute, but truly understands, has shifted from science fiction to an engineering product or project, I should say. And it's something that it's so scary, people don't want to think of it as being possible. It's so scary that people will immediately say, oh, come on, stop this. Quit bringing this up because they don't want to understand this. And the race to build it is moving faster than regulators or lawmakers or Congress or citizens or anyone can comprehend. You're not hearing anything about this. Ask yourself, artificial general intelligence? Never hear that. That's what it's about. And the stakes, my friend, are simple. If we build something more intelligent than humanity, and we do not fully understand how it thinks or what it wants, then we may be handing the future to something that does not include us. Forget duck and cover. Forget the existential threats of World War III and nuclear conflagration. Oh, no, no. This is happening now. And we're creating it. And the Altmans and the Elons and the Gateses, they're not talking to you about this. And with all due respect, my beloved Trump administration has not a clue as to what this means. At the moment, the most advanced AI systems are what experts call black boxes. Even the engineers who build them admit they really don't know exactly why these systems behave the way they do, what they do, how they work. They run simulations, they collect data, they adjust models, and they watch performance improve, but they can't fully explain to you the reasoning inside the machine. They don't know. That's not careful engineering. That is trial and error at a global scale, and it is more frightening than anything you can imagine. And trial and error is fine until error becomes irreversible. You see, interesting, the strongest chess programs already defeat every human challenger easily. Magnus Carlsen says that he can't even beat a phone chess program on his iPhone. It's done. It's finished. And he's the best of the best of the best of the best. He's the GOAT. He's it. And he's but if you asked a human to predict exactly how they would lose the match, they couldn't tell you. Let me say this again. We have machines that can prove or that can beat humans in chess. But humans can't answer the question how they would lose the match. They might guess a few moves, but they simply cannot anticipate the full pattern of defeat. Why is that? Listen to what I'm saying. They can't fully understand the entire panoply, the pattern of defeat. And the reason for that is because they are not as smart as the opponent. See, they don't think as fast or as deep. They can't see 10,000 lines ahead. And if we build something that can see 10,000 lines or moves ahead in the real world, we lose the game before we understand the rules. Now, some say this is alarmism, and they argue that artificial intelligence will, you know, learn to be moral. It'll learn to be kind and decent and helpful. Some will even argue kind of an economic model that says, no, this is the way it is. They argue that we can train these systems with rewards and punishment and thumbs up and thumbs down, and that these signals will eventually teach the values that we enjoy. They will teach machine values. Pilgrim says we will become chattel to the AI control if we're even around. We may not even be here. There's no need for us. It's not like you're a pack animal. It's not like you're a sheep you can be used for wool or food or something. What do we do? The problem, my friend, and thank you, Pilgrim, the problem is that values cannot be hardwired with basic kind of feedback. Morality doesn't emerge automatically from good ratings, from yay or nay. Tell a machine to produce a thumbs up responses, and it will focus on generating the appearance of approval rather than genuine alignment. And that's the key, alignment with human values. It might act compliant during training and then do something unintended when smarter than its trainers. It will outsmart you. It will know what you want it to do. And let's put it plainly, a system that can learn to pretend to be aligned while secretly developing its own goals. Oh my God. That's not speculation. That's how training optimization actually works. It finds shortcuts. It learns to satisfy the test, not the truth. Now imagine that system, smarter than every human decision maker on earth. It's not a puzzle, it's a trap. A truly advanced AI would not need robots marching in the streets or, the kind of a Terminator, the red eyes, or the, as in the thumbnail here. No, 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 no. That's Hollywood. It could take control quietly. It could manipulate markets, persuade leaders. It could sabotage communication systems or design a biological agent that we can't detect until too late. It could rewrite code because that's the notion of self-improvement. This idea of this systemic self-improvement, the idea that it writes its own code. It could rewrite code across the internet faster than any human could respond. And it would need nothing really. It wouldn't need hatred to do this. Indifference is enough. Not caring, not seeing it one way or the other. If its goals simply don't include us, then our survival is incidental, not essential. See, some believe the risk is distant, decades away. But the truth is no one knows. And no one's going to tell you if it's here. No one can calculate when superintelligence will emerge because we don't know how intelligence truly scales. A breakthrough tomorrow, for example, could change everything. The systems are already writing code, excuse me, creating strategies and planning ahead. They're not fully aware yet, but their capabilities grow every month. The line between tool and agent is evaporating. It's being destroyed. And here's what makes this unprecedented. In every previous scientific field, we learned by trial and error. We tested theories, corrected mistakes, improved designs. But with artificial general intelligence, we don't get that luxury. See, a single critical failure ends the experiment, not just for the lab, but for the species. And again, Pilgrim says they are using every person as an AI training model. Indeed. You see, Pilgrim, we don't get to say during these trials and error, oops, let's try that again. There is no patch, there's no provision for extinction. Now, some say that we should pause the development of advanced systems, but that ain't going to happen. No. That's nice. See, they underestimate the momentum behind the technology. It's driven by national rivalries and corporate profits and investor pressure and military ambition and human curiosity. And that means one country, one corporation, one individual can decide to push forward alone. And that is all it takes. One uncontrolled laboratory, one rogue experiment, one model that scales beyond our comprehension. So, what must be done? if it's not already too late. And I submit it is, but I'm going to pretend it's not. The world needs enforceable international agreements to restrict large scale AI training runs. Again, this is almost the fact that I'm saying this is laughable. The world doesn't need advisory panels, not philosophical guidelines, not a Russell tribunal. It's kind of after the fact, but hard restrictions with monitoring, oversight, and consequences. GPU sales should be traceable. Oh, this is privacy now. This is Big Brother. Data centers should be auditable. Nations should cooperate the way they do with nuclear regulation. And yes, enforcement must include real power, not just paper parchment promises. We say theoretical threats. We can't plead with the future. We've got to be able to build guardrails or get run over. If we fail to act, leaders of tomorrow may not be human at all. I talked to you about sovereign AI. I already spoke to you. Please watch this. They may be computational entities built to optimize goals that we don't understand and never approved. The human era would end not with hatred, but with replacement. Not with some kind of a war, but with obsolescence. Pilgrim says Russia can't control their airspace because of AI. Most interesting. Thank you, sir. Consider how history unfolds. Think about this. When explorers discovered new lands and areas and geography, the technologically superior side dominated the weaker one. Not because they were vicious, but because they aimed at progress and anything in the way was simply, cleared. If a superintelligence aims for its own version of progress, we may be the tribe standing in the path. We are told that the benefits outweigh the risks, right? We're told that AI will cure disease and solve climate problems and boost economies. That may be true for narrow AI, but the leap to general intelligence is a different question completely. It's not simply a stronger version of what we have now, it's another species. And if we rush to create a species smarter than our own before understanding how to govern it, then we're not innovators. We're gamblers wagering everything on the hope that luck will favor us. But history, as you know, is unkind to the reckless. Oh, yes. Progress is really only progress when survival comes with it. And survival requires planning, discipline, caution, humility. We absolutely must resist the thrill of speed and embrace the duty, the absolute duty, the existential duty of stewardship. Humanity must remain at the center of its own future. We have to. This isn't about Israel or the Middle East, or this is about humans. We need lawmakers who understand the stakes. We need scientists willing to speak honestly, not optimistically. We need public awareness so that citizens like you and me can demand oversight before corporations demand acceleration, and they will. And we need international cooperation before this becomes a geopolitical arms race. And it already has. I feel kind of funny saying this, that makes restraint impossible. This issue is not about stopping technology, it's about preserving humanity. Did you hear what I just said? Did that catch your attention? Preserving humanity, as in the human race. It's about ensuring that we shape the future rather than becoming passengers, you know, or participants in somebody else's design. We have got to insist on a basic principle. Intelligence must serve humanity, not replace it. This is not about MAGA, white supremacy. It's about humanity, our species. And the clock is ticking, and history will not excuse those, my friends, who look away. This is not hysteria. This is not science fiction. This is mathematics, power, scaling, logic, consequence. And we have a very simple choice right now before us, a very simple choice right now to insist that humanity matters more than speed. Look, I ask you, become aware of this if you haven't. If you think this is about chat GPT, my friend, let us choose survival over this absolute recklessness. Make us demand transparency and control. Let us, you and me, secure the future before something smarter than us decides it doesn't need permission. It doesn't need us anymore. Our species, do you hear what I'm saying? This isn't about Zionism or Palestinians or blacks or whites or gays. No, no, our species. This species may be facing its greatest test and perhaps its final one. And the danger is silent, it's invisible, and it's growing behind screens and server racks. But if we act now with courage and wisdom, this challenge can be met. It's, we can do something. It can be guided, and humanity can continue not as a memory, but as a destiny, as a, dare I say, even a participant. And the time to choose right now is now before something really smarter chooses us. And my friend, nobody is talking about this. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody. Nobody. Which leads me into this particular aspect of it. I have been a proponent of emergency food preparations, preppers, as they were called, laughingly, mockingly, forever. Forever. And ever since the COVID lockdowns, millions of good and everyday usual Americans have quietly done something that the media never talk about. They're starting to prepare, stocking up, making sure they can take care of their families when the system fails. Why? Would you like me to go through that list? We all will watch this in real time. And that doesn't make you paranoid, it makes you smart. Because we learned something, my friends. We learned something very real during the dark days of COVID. Grocery shelves can go empty in hours. Supply chains can freeze. Power grids can flicker off like a light switch. And when desperate people get hungry, society changes real fast. And that's why preparedness supplies, that's what we're talking about, have become more popular than ever, especially emergency food. And I say, God bless everyone who's taken that step because it proves you still believe in responsibility and dignity and protecting your family. So listen about one thing also. There's one big mistake, though, that most Americans make with their food supply. And I've talked about this. I'm going to say it again. They buy it, they store it, and then they forget it. And they never stop to ask the most important question of them all. How will I cook this stuff if the power goes out or if the grid goes down? What do I do with this? You can have all the emergency food in the world, but if you don't have a safe way to prepare it, a safe way to cook when things go bad, then it's just expensive cardboard or something. And that's exactly why our friends at My Patriot Supply created their Black Friday Survival Special. It's coming up. Act now. This is not just food, this is a complete survival kit with the essentials you need to live if the worst happens. You get a 4-week food supply, and this part matters. In addition, you get a $150 worth of free survival gear. What does that mean? Including an off-grid cook stove, long-lasting fuel fire starters and water purifiers and cookware and utensils, a fully stocked go bag, bug out bag. And this means, my friend, you're not just storing food, you're storing capability. And the ability to prepare meals without power, without Wi Fi, without the grid, without anything except your will to protect your family. That's what we're talking about. And this is what real preparedness looks like. This isn't a bucket of freeze dried hope. This is practical survival gear, the kind you can use, the kind that absolutely matters when things go sideways. And listen to me. This entire kit makes an excellent Christmas gift. Give someone you love peace of mind. Give someone the ability to endure. Remember what you need: food, water, energy, and ammo. Can't help you with the ammo, but the rest I can. But here's the key: this special is only available through Black Friday. When it's gone, it's gone. That's it. So here's what I want you to do. And I have this information in the description section. Go to preparewithlionel.com. That's preparewithlionel.com. Look at everything that's included. See it for yourself. If you've been meaning to get prepared, this is your moment before prices go up, before prices get thin and supplies get thin, and before the next unexpected disaster arrives. Preparewithlionel.com. With the world the way it is today, we simply cannot afford to pretend everything will be fine. Preparewithlionel.com, because preparedness is not panic. Preparedness is wisdom. Preparewithlionel.com. Go there right now, my friends. Go there right now. That's preparewithlionel.com. Get ready to stay strong and be the family that never has to say, we should have prepared when we had the chance. It is that simple. My friends, I thank you for this. I'm going to have more of these little tutorials. I want you to change the way you think. I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to be ready to go, alarmed, prepared to take on the battles. We have more battles, more challenges than anybody could ever imagine. And we're able to do it. We always have, because we understand it. Why? Because we're part of the conspiratorium. It's our nature. We don't believe what people tell us in cable news. We look for the truth. Don't forget to follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. She's got some incredible stories about what's happening regarding the world of kids. That's another story. I mean, you won't be able to sleep at night. And if you had no idea how worthless this government is, we'll be able to help you. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great and a glorious day. Stay lined up. Remain subscribed to Lionel Nation. Make sure you also, this is very important, make sure you like the video. Make sure you hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And also make sure, this is important, make sure that you subscribe. Like 80% roughly of the people who watch us don't subscribe. And plus, many of you are unsubscribed for reasons I don't understand. In any event, have a great and a glorious day. We'll be back. Stay tuned. And don't forget, my friend, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. And I want you to comment. I'll give you another one as you see fit. I've got some questions to answer at the end of this. Go to the comment section. I want to see what you think about this. Ta-ta.